All right. Thomas, go ahead. Go.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Can you speak a little bit louder? Go?
Namo Fundamental.
That's
Oh, yeah.
okay. Go. Go to the next one.
Okay. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Thank you. Go. Yeah. So today we will continue on. Last time we discussed about how to repay the parent kindness, right? Um, it's not easy, right? Very tough. Um, so since the mom carry a birth, she suffer a lot, and also during for 10 months, right? And at the time she give birth, that the most difficult time for her. She could die before because that is the most suffering that she ever had. So now we learned a lot about this already. I don't want to go back. Okay, let's start from here. Um, all right, let's see. Vincent, you want to read at the beginning?
Oh, Vincent is logging into his other account right now. Yeah.
Did not come in.
Yeah, no, he's not
Uh,
here right now. He's gonna log in. Yeah.
okay, Aaron, but he will attend.
Yes, he'll attend. He'll attend.
Okay, Aaron, read at the beginning.
We only hope that the world honored one will pity and save us. Please tell us how we can repay the deep kindness of our parents. At the time, the Buddha used 8 kinds of profoundly deep and pure sounds to speak to the assembly. All you should know this. I will now explain for you the various aspects of this matter.
Keep going.
If there was a person who carries his father on his left shoulder and his mother on his right shoulder until his bones were ground to powder by their weight as they to the marrow, and if that person were to what does that say?
Circulate. I think it's circulate. That means
Mount Meru for 100,000 lifetimes until the blood that flowed out covered his ankles. That person still will not have repaid the deep kindness of his parents.
okay.
If there were
Okay, summarize what you just read.
say it again.
Summarize what you just read.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. All right. So basically, this is the word on the one that means Buddha. Okay. Tagatha also Buddha because he have 10 different names refer to Buddha. And now this is what the Buddha about to explain how deep it's very tough to be paid the deep kindness of the parent. And the first scenario is if there were a person, right? There were a person who carried his father on his left shoulder and his mother on his right shoulder until the bone will round to the powder. That means the bone become powder. And by the weight, that means when we carry, that means the weight become, the longer we carry, the longer it will heavy, right? As they bore through the marrow. And if this person were to circulate the Mount Samaru, that is the highest mountain, and this is the invisible mountain. If we cannot see it in this world, but this is the central of the sun of the Saha world system. And even though we can circulate that 100,000 lifetimes until the blood flow to go out over the ankle, right? and this person still not be able to repay the deep kindness of the parent. That's what it means. When we carry the parent on both shoulders, that is the most difficult task. But even though for that most difficult task, we still not be able to repay the parent deep kindness. That this is what it means. You understand, Aaron?
Dạ thầy.
Okay, thank you. Nathan, con đọc này đi con.
If there were a person who, during the period of a kalpa fraught with famine and starvation, sliced the flesh off his own body to feed his parents, and did this as many times as there are dust motes as he passed through hundreds of thousands of kalpas, that person still would not have repaid the deep kindness of his parents. If there a person who, for the sake of his father and mother, used a sharp knife to cut out his heart and liver so that the blood flowed and covered the ground, and if he continued in this way to do this for hundreds of thousands of kalpas, never once complaining about the pain, that person still would not have repaid the deep kindness of his parents.
Good. Stop right there. What do you understand? Okay. Just summarize what you understand here.
That what your parents do for you, they do so much for you that nothing you could do back could repay for it, because the thing that they do is worth like the most.
And you know what? In here, they said that during the period of the kappa, famine, famine and starvation, you know what does that mean, right? Nathan?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's where like what is it called? You have no food, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. That means this is the time that nobody have food to eat. Not only us, but a lot of us. That means the people do not have food to eat, and it happened for a long time. That means one kappa. That means one lifetime. Even though for the one lifetime with the famine or starvation, the people die. They die to the due to the starvation, right? Yes, but for this during this period, this person right here, he willing to slice his own flesh from his own body to feed his parents, and he did this as many as does. That means it's numerous you cannot count. That means he sacrificed his life to slide the flesh off from his body and to feed the parent at that many. Still, even though he goes to 100,000 lifetime, that person still would not be able to repay the parent deep kindness. That's what the Buddha said. This is a very tough work, right? Do you think that is that easy to slide up our flesh, Nathan?
No.
I don't think anyone, no one will willing to do that. But let's say that this person can be able to do that. That means even the difficult thing he can do it, but still not be able to repay. And the next thing is, yes, for the sake of the father and mother, right? He used a soft knife to cut his heart and liver, so the blood flow to cover the round, and continue to do this hundreds of thousand lifetime without complaint, right? The pain. When he cut the heart or the liver, maybe he want to donate this organ to other people and to transfer the marriage that he generate from that good deed to the parent. Yes, with this difficult work, he still not be able to repay the parent kindness. Does it make sense to you, Nathan?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember that because you are the first time here, right, Nathan?
Yes.
Okay. That's why you missed a lot of important thing about the parent kindness. And this is almost the end of the sutra. It's okay. But just be patient. You will understand more. Quyên.
At that time, upon hearing the Buddha speak about the kindness and virtue of parents, everyone in the great assembly wept silent tears and felt searing pain in their hearts. They reflected deeply, simultaneously brought forth shame, and said to the Buddha, World honored one, how can we repay the deep kindness of our parents? The Buddha replied, Disciples of the Buddha, if you wish to repay your parents' kindness, write out this sutra on their behalf. Recite this sutra on their behalf. Repent of their transgressions and offenses on their behalf. For the sake of your parents, make offerings to the Triple Gem. For the sake of your parents, hold the precept of pure eating. For the sake of your parents, practice giving and cultivate blessings. If you are not able to do these things, you are being a filial child. If you did not do these things, you are a person destined for the hell.
Okay, good. Stop right here. Do you understand what you just read?
Not that much.
Not that much. Okay. Okay, let me explain to you. All right, thank you. Okay, after the assembly, right? They heard about the Buddha teaching. After hearing the Buddha teaching about the care, kindness, and the virtue of the parent, everyone in the great assembly wept silently, tear and feel pain and shame, right? Why do they feel pain and shame? Do you know why? We do you know why? Nicholas.
No.
Okay, Nicholas, what do you think?
What was it again?
Okay, after they hearing the Buddha teaching, why do they feel shame about themselves, and why do they cry, and why do they feel pain inside them? Why?
Because they didn't find peace.
Why they did not find peace?
They didn't find the teachings. They didn't do it right.
Hmm. Okay, Kwa, what do you think, Kwa?
Um,
Why do they feel pain after hearing the Buddha teaching? And why they feel shame about themselves? And why do they cry? This is important if you understand this. Um, Thomas, what do you think?
Could you repeat the thing again? I
Okay,
just want to make sure.
after the assembly, right? That means the people inside listen to the Buddha teaching. That means most of the Buddha disciples. That is Buddha disciple. They heard the Buddha teaching, right, about the parent kindness, right? After they heard that, right, and they they uh, they wept, right? That means they cry and they feel pain in their heart, and they also feel shame about themselves. Why is that?
It's because in the past, with their parents, they weren't grateful. They didn't share gratitude. They had no compassion with their parents, and they were like, they probably had a horrible relationship with their parents, and they hated their parents. And now, after hearing all this, they regret everything probably, and that's why they're crying.
Okay, yeah, that is one thing or one way you can say that. But let's say that they are let's say even though they are very good son, right? But they did not fulfill the duty of the children, right, to the parents. Do you think? That's why they feel pain and they feel remorse, basically. Um, and maybe some of them, just like you said, that they did not treat their parents properly when they were the laymen, right? That means before they became the Buddha disciple, they lived with their parents. They did not treat them properly. Right now, because we are ignorant, right? Because we don't understand about the parent kindness. Therefore, we don't treat them with love and care, with respect, right? That's why um, we don't know how to take care of them in the proper way. Now, after the Buddhist teaching, they will be able to realize and understand the kindness of the parent. Therefore, they feel remorse, they feel shame, they feel pain. That's the whole idea. Even though they're good people, doesn't mean that. Do you think that the good people know how to take care of their parents always? Do you think? If they did not have a chance, if they have not have a chance to learn this, do you think that they know how to treat their parents with full respect, in proper way? Thomas, do you think?
Wait, could you repeat? You cut off.
Okay, let's say that assume that people, let's say the good people, right? We assume they are the good people. Do you think the good people always know how to take care the parent with love and kindness?
No, even though they're good, they probably don't know like a lot about taking care about their parents. I mean, they probably do like some basic stuff,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's probably more.
yeah, that's correct. They only maybe they can provide the material, but not too much about the emotional support, right? That makes sense. And not only that, they don't even know how to guide the parent in the proper way of the spiritual path, right? So the good people, even though the good people doesn't know how to treat the parent with kindness and full respect, you are right. That's correct. So now, after we hearing the Buddha teaching and we know how deep the kindness of the parent is, then that's why from now on to the end of our life, we should treat our parents with full respect. Otherwise, we don't want to have any remorse in the future. That's what we try to avoid. Nicholas, you understand, God?
Yeah, I understand better now.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'll keep paying attention.
Okay. Why you understand? John, you understand, God?
Yeah, I understand.
John? Okay. Nathan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you understand?
Yep.
Good, good. All right. um, Vincent, you help me to read the third paragraph.
The Buddha replied, wait, is that where I read?
The Buddha replied.
Okay. The Buddha replied, disciples of the Buddha, if you wish to repay your parents' kindness, write out this sutra on their behalf, recite this sutra on their behalf, repent of transgression and offense on, I don't see the other.
On their behalf, for the sake of your parents, or their parents, according to the Tibetan. Oh, this one we already. Okay, keep going. Super.
For the sake of your parents, hold the precept of pure eating. For the sake of your parents, practice giving and cultivate blessings. If you are able to do these things, you are being a filial child. If you do not do these things, you are a person of destined for the hells.
Okay, let's tell me why. Okay, now the Buddha said that. Okay, before he said that, even though we carry the parent on both shoulders, right, for 100,000 years, thousand lifetime, or even though we can use a short knife to cut the heart and the liver, those things we cannot be able to use those things to repay our parents' kindness. But why in this case the Buddha said that? Or you should do it, write out this sutra on their behalf. That means you make a copy of this sutra, okay? And or recite this sutra on their behalf. Why is that? Why this one help, but the other one does not help? Vincent?
I'm not really sure.
Thomas, what do you think? Thomas?
Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. My audio is being weird. Can you repeat that again? You're cutting out all over
Okay.
the place.
Oh, you mean my connection is bad?
No, it's probably on my end because I'm fixing my audio from my computer and it's being really weird.
Oh, okay. Anyone can hear me better? Why? Do you have any problem with hearing me?
No, I can hear you fine today.
Okay, thank you. All right, it's okay. Let me repeat the question for you so you understand. All right. So up here, right, the Buddha said that even though we carry our parent on both shoulders, right, and for 100,000 lifetime, we cannot be able to repay. Or even though we can use a sharp knife to cut the heart and the liver and let the blood flow out and cover the brow, right, continually for 100,000 lifetime, and without complaining about the pain, we still not be able to repay the parent kindness. But why over here the Buddha said that? Just write out this sutra on their behalf. That means you make a copy of this sutra on their behalf, something like that. Or recite this sutra on their behalf. This will help us to repay the parent kindness. Do you know why? What is the difference between this and the other? What do you think? Thomas?
Oh, you're telling me wait, the difference?
But you understand my question?
Yeah, I do. Find out the difference between the first paragraph and the last paragraph.
Yeah.
Um,
But the first one and the second one, which one is the more difficult thing to do?
the most difficult is I think the first one to cut out
Yeah,
the part
very
and then
difficult. But write out the sutra is very simple, right? Very easy,
yeah.
right? But why the Buddha said this is more benefiting than the other? Why is that?
Oh, yeah. Is it because you're writing the sutra and the sutra has like some sort of power, and when you recite it on their behalf, you're helping them some way?
No. Tell me, do you think you have any comment on this thing for me? Tell me.
So by reciting the sutra, then you're gonna gain blessings, and it's gonna help you with your concentrating on the words about being grateful to your parents for raising you.
When the Buddha said this sutra, that means the sutra we are learning right now. That means the sutra about respect our parents, and it's very difficult to repay the parent kindness. This is the sutra that the Buddha referred to. Okay, when he said this sutra, that's what we are learning right now. Okay, the reason is the first one is relate to the material, right? Material, yeah. We can do a lot of material. We can sacrifice the material, but you know what? That does not help our parents to gain the wisdom. Okay, because yeah, we can help the parent to gain the blessing, but blessing come and go. But the virtue, the wisdom, it's the inner. It's not. It's not. The material cannot provide the wisdom, right? But when we write the sutra, that means we give this when we write out, and that means we have a chance to give to the other person, right? So the more we give out, the more people know about this sutra, and they know how to respect the parents. And that means we help other people to gain wisdom. Therefore, we be able to gain wisdom as well. When we use the wisdom to transfer the marriage by the wisdom, the marriage, the blessing that we gain is immeasurable. That cannot be counted. But when we use the material to generate the blessing, and that kind of blessing is limited, right? Because think about it. If let's say that we use the short knife, right, to cut the heart and the liver, and each lifetime we have only one heart and one liver. And you know what? Let's say that we go to 100,000 lifetime, and we do that. It's still a limit, right? Only 100,000 heart and liver to give to those people. But yes, we given to those people, and those people, they can maybe they can due to the given, they can be able to survive for a few more years. But do you think that they gain wisdom from the given that we give, Thomas?
Oh no, no.
No, because we only help them to to prolong their life, right? Right. But what happens if we give the organ to the bad people? Do you think that you going to get the good marriage?
No.
No. You see, um, but when you write out the sutra, that means that is the chance that you give the sutra to another person, and that means you give them a chance to learn the wisdom. Does it make sense, Thomas?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense.
Yeah. When they gain the wisdom by reading this sutra due to our copy, we will gain the marriage from that. The marriage we gain is the inner marriage. It's not the marriage from the material. That's important. And also we do this on our parent behalf, right? And we recited. That's how we be able to understand the sutra deeply, and we know how to take care our parents properly. But not only that, we also know how to take care other people, parents as well. Does it make sense, Thomas?
Yes, yes.
This is important because once we have the wisdom help us to make the right decision. And when we have a chance to help others, we help them to grow in the wisdom way. That's important. Otherwise, when we don't have wisdom, yes, we be able to help them, but the help may benefit or may not benefit them. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Tell me my answer is that you is that help?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's much clearer now.
Okay. That's important. That's why this is easy work to do, but you know what? It's profound. Easy but very profound. Okay, that's important. Um, let's say that in our let's say that for Aaron, let's say that when you in school, right? You go to school, and let's say that if we are not intelligent, when the teacher give us the problem, we have very struggle to solve the problem, and we have to find the longer way to do it. And sometimes, do you think that you always get the correct answer, Aaron?
No.
No. But if let's say that if we are very smart and we are, let's say the teacher give us the problem, when we look at the problem, we know right away. We know what to do, and we can do it in the short path, right? We see that's the difference between knowing or not knowing. Understand, Aaron?
Yeah.
This is important. Okay, that's good. And make sure you, Nicholas, What's the difference between intelligence and wisdom? Nicholas, are you there? Qua, what's the difference between intelligence and wisdom?
And intelligence is like learning stuff in school, like being good at math or reading or subjects. But wisdom is like knowing yourself and knowing how to treat other people and knowing what's right and wrong.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Nathan, would you know what the difference between the two?
Intelligence is something that you gain over time from trial and error, while wisdom is something you learn no matter how old you are.
Okay. All right. Let me give you the clear definition so you understand clearly. Intelligence you can learn from book, from teacher, from other people, right? That's what we call the knowledge. Okay, the knowledge it gives you intelligence, but all the intelligent people always the good people, Nathan.
Could you repeat that?
All the intelligent people always the good people.
No.
Why not? Because they are intelligent, they should be good, right?
No, because sometimes people could use it for like bad things.
Yeah, that's right. Because they read it. Does that make sense? They are arrogant. They are very greedy. And you know what? When the people intelligent, right? If they don't have the morality, they bring harm to the society. Okay, that's very dangerous. But the wisdom, do you think the wisdom people harm ever bring harm to the society? Kwa?
I'm sorry, Ted, what was the question?
When let's say the wise people, that means the wisdom people, do you think they ever bring harm to the society?
Bring home like their wisdom?
No, that means that mean bring harm. That means you damage the society.
Bring, I can't understand. Bring,
Harmful to
oh,
the.
harmful. Oh, no, wisdom. Wise people would not, because they would know, um, that it would bring other people suffering, and they would try to avoid that as much as possible. And they would know, how to treat others well.
Okay. The wisdom, the intelligent people only care for themselves. Okay. The wise people, that means the wisdom people, always care for others. That's the difference. Because they don't go by their ego. Okay. The intelligent people only see other people mistake. The wisdom people, that means the wise people, always see their own mistake. And that's why they be able to win over their own the toughest. Even though we can win 100,000 troops, right? But if we cannot win ourselves, then that is not the great victory. But the wise person can be able to win themselves. That means because they don't have the intelligent people, if they do not have the morality, they will have a lot of greed, anger, and hatred, and ignorance, right? But the wise one, they have very less on those things. They try to uh, uh, transform the greedy mind into the loving compassion, into the given mind. That means that the generosity and the hatred, they transform into the loving kindness, and the ignorance transform into the wisdom. That's what the wise one always do. And that's why they always see themselves, their own mistake. Therefore, they be able to perfect their character. That's important. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, uh, John. 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 Are you there, John? Hmm. Okay, Vince. Okay, Queen. Read this one. Queen.
I was using the restroom. Where do I start?
Okay. The Buddha told Ananda.
Okay. The Buddha told Ananda if a person does not feel when
Filial,
his
that
life
means
ends
not
and
respect parents, not respect parents. Yeah.
when his life ends and his body decays, he will fall into the great Avasi hell. This great hell is 80,000 yojanas in circumference and is surrounded on all four sides by iron walls. Above it is covered by nets, and the ground is also made of iron. A massive fire burns fiercely, while thunder roars and bright bolts of lightning set things afire. Molten brass and iron fluids are poured over the offenders' bodies. Brass dogs and iron snakes constantly spew out fire and smoke, which burns the offenders and broils their flesh and fat to a pulp. Oh, such suffering, difficult to take, difficult to bear. There are poles, hooks, spears, and lances, iron halberds and iron chains, iron hammers, and iron awls. Wheel of iron knives rain down from the air. The offender is chopped, hacked, or stabbed, and undergoes these cruel punishments for kalpas without respite. Then they enter the remaining hells, where their heads are capped with fiery basins, while iron wheels roll over their bodies, passing both horizontally and vertically, until their guts are ripped open and their bones and flesh are squashed to a pulp. Within a single day, they experience myriad births and myriad deaths. Such sufferings are a result of committing the five rebellious acts and of being unfilial when one was alive.
So what do you understand this thing?
The punishments,
Yeah, the
if they
punishment.
disrespect,
When they did not respect their parents, why the punishment is so great, so terrible? Only when we just disrespect the parent. What the big deal, right? Why we get this kind of the harsh punishment? Why? Hmm. Okay, let's think about this. When the person who will not have any gratitude to the parent, do you think that he or she will have gratitude to anyone who helped him? Minh Nguyên, Nguyên, can you hear me? I did not hear you. What happened? Nicholas, are you there, Nicholas? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Let's think about this. Why the person is just he or she just disrespect the parent? What is the big deal? Why they get this kind of hardship punishment? Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I could not hear you, Kang.
I think that's fair
Is that
because
fair?
the parents put their whole, pretty much they sacrifice their body and their mind for the child, and then the child is being unfilial. So I think that this punishment uh, is justified.
Justified. Because you know what? Yes, they sacrifice everything. Yes, you know what? At the end, you know what they get in return? The children abandon the parent. That's really sad. When the parent get old, right? They 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 left home and they don't even return home for a visit. Or they even though they live in the same house and they never ask the parent for the well-being. You see, that's terrible. If Nicholas, if a person who are not who did not have any gratitude to the parent, do you think that he will have any gratitude to the whoever help him?
No.
Why not?
Well,
I could not hear you, Kong.
he's not going to have gratitude to the people who sacrifice pretty much everything to him. Why? Like, the only reason I would think the person would give them any sort of gratitude is that it will benefit him in the future for
Yeah.
himself.
Mm. Okay. So that's why yeah, he will not have any gratitude to anyone who help him. So this person is he will like morally go into the bad path. He usually join the gangs. He will usually do a lot of bad deeds. He usually do a lot of bad deeds. Okay. So um, that really sad. Okay. Anyway, um, you know what? Okay. Okay. Let me show you this movie. Uh, uh, oh, oh, we are more than our time. Wow. Hmm. I don't have enough time to let you see this movie. Oh, I will let you see the other movie then. This is shorter. Hopefully that help. Let me see. Mm, mm, okay, let me see. Hold on. Oh, what happened? Huh. Oh, how come she took it back? Oh my goodness. Uh, oh, okay, okay. Got it. Oh, what? Not this one. Uh, okay. Give me 1 second. I'm searching for that movie. Oh, this is the one. All right. Uh, Kwa, can you go ahead and help me to read the subtitle for me? I
Yeah.
Hiếu cảm động khi lòng hiếu và thương yêu con dành các nắm nước thương gian voi đạo sâu vào tình của nông sông.
In ancient times, long after, there is a filial piety named Shun. Shun has a very blindly father. People call him Gotao, means blind old man. That is to say, his eyes as he cannot distinguish good or evil, right or wrong. When Shun's mother passed away, his father was against married with another woman. The new wife gave birth to a younger brother called Tung. This half brother is extremely rebellious, always with his mother thinking of ways to harm him. However, Shun was still devoted filial son to his parents. Take care and love his younger brother. Neighbors from near and far all commended as a filial son. At that time, there was an emperor named Great Yao, because he would like to find someone who is gentle and virtuous to bestow. So he summoned the great countries. I want to find a virtuous person and to bestow the throne of the emperor to him. So the country will always be at peace. Citizens well settled and prosperous. Do you have any comments? At that time, a great courtier said, Majesty, there is one person in the world. Filial aroma, the name is Shun, can be worthy of this responsibility. Please check this clearly. If that's the case, please quickly submit that person to enter the palace. Shun accepted the Majesty's request to enter the palace. Through the conversations and words, Shun's gestures all made King Yao satisfied. After that, King Yao let him got married to the king's two princesses. First princess named Nga Huang, the second named Nu An, and bestowed a lot of food to bring back home. After got home, the two princesses washed clothes every day, cooking in filial piety parents. Batung, Shun's brother, seeing Shun marry two princesses just like the heaven angels. And there is a lot of food to take home, so always think of conspiracy. One day, while Tung was in the room discussing with his parents, at that moment, a princess overheard and immediately returned to tell Shun. After hearing it, Shun smiled and said, You shouldn't be worried. I will be more careful later. Indeed, one day, Shun's father called him in and said, Ah, Shun, father is now grown and old and cannot do anymore. In the backyard of the rice warehouse, the roof has holes. You go there and fix it up. Shun alone climbed onto the roof of the house, and there he repaired that roof. Sweets, the statue, and the sneakily holding the fire and burning the warehouse, attempting to burn his brother to death. Immediately, the warehouse caught fire. Fiery flare. At that time, Dun was working attentively. Suddenly, discovered and turned his head to look back. After that, Dun picked up two hats and flew down from above. Should not be hurt nor burned to death. Statuette unhappy, frowning, seeing that, but still did not give up the intention. Then, together with his father, he thought of a plan to make Hun fall into the wall, then covered with stones. That was sending Thun to dig a well. Shun every day peaches. Peach from morning to night, then from evening to morning. When the statue saw the well deep, cruelty was evident on the sinister face. Immediately, together with his father, he filled the well with earth and stones. Thun live burial. But unexpectedly, at the bottom of the well, there is a small tunnel to reach a cave. So Thun, from that place, crawled up and returned home safely. Thun's filial heart was touched to heaven. So the elephants came and with the birds landed to help Thun with farming. Big elephants plowed the ground. Chicks picked up grass. Everyone is eager to work. And finally, the harvest season has come. Elephants push carts, birds are singing. Happy harvest day, bustling every excitement. Thun's story was gradually spreading by. King Nui heard his heart was very happy. Later, King Nui gave the throne and passed the throne to Thun. King Thun during his region, just sitting and singing the song of Nam Pham People are prosperous and all families are happy and not homeless. The four oceans peaceful.
Yeah. So okay, can you quickly summarize?
So Shun was the king wanted a new someone new to take up the throne, and Shun was suggested. And whenever he came up, he was the king really liked him and wanted him to take his place. So he let him marry his princess, and his Shun's brother, I think out of jealousy, got mad and wanted to do bad things to Shun, and so he at first he tried to burn him to death, or by burning the place he was working on. And then whenever Shun escaped, Shun was able to escape. So his brother again tried to kill him by burying him alive, but he also got out of that. So then Shun went on to take the place of the king, and um, all families were prosperous and everyone was happy.
So what do we learn? What did you learn from this story?
Um,
That means his parents treat him good or bad? Terrible, right?
yeah,
What?
yeah,
His parents, his stepmother, and even his father and his stepbrother treat him badly. But you know what he respond? Thomas, what the son do to the family?
Wait, the younger son or the older son?
No, I mean son is the older one.
Oh, okay. Sean. Well, he continued to help them. He didn't care what they were if they were trying to kill him or anything. He kept going, helping the poor and helping his family, even though he knew they were bad.
But is that easy thing to do when with someone harm us and we don't carry any ill will against them?
No, that's not easy.
And this is what makes the person have virtue. Okay, in order to have virtue, we be able to be patient with the one who harm us. Well, we don't have any ill will against them, and we also try to help them to transform them, right, to better. And this is the virtue. Not the when you have virtue, you have blessing. But the person who have blessing them, that it doesn't mean that he will have virtue. Virtue is the inner character. The blessing is you can use the material, you can use your own labor to create the blessing by helping people, right? Helping out some other people. You can get the blessing, but blessing come and go just like you when we deposit the money into the saving account. Yeah, when we need to use it, we just withdraw the money. Well, we keep withdraw the money, eventually it's gone, right? So, but the virtual, if we have it, we use it, it never ends. That's important. Virtual is the most important. Okay. That means we always treat, doesn't matter who treat us badly, we always treat them with love and care, kind, right? So that's important. We need to learn how to do that. It's not easy, but if we be able to do it, and that is, and that help us to have a virtual. All right, thank you. We will stop here for today. Right. Lily, Lily, no, Mego. Are you there? Hmm?
It's Haley.
Oh, sorry, John. Give me 1 second. Okay, go.
May every living being May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace, with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. May our hearts, because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay, thank you. Next week, I will show you the other movie. It's very good movie, and I also will start help teach you about the Buddhist psychology, about the forgiveness. Okay, so that will be the topic that we will working on. All right, we will learn together. All right, thank you, everyone. Yeah, and more important. Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
Không,
Thank you.
chào thầy.